Hello bros, I'm welcome to Aspect Zero, BroFive production. Next part, Sakura MMO 2, start going right here. A werewolf. The wolf that used to be Ashlyn stands on its hind legs and stares up at the moon. Its mouth is open wide like a gaping cavern, and its pointed teeth glisten wickedly in the darkness. I narrow my eyes. I might be a powerful witch, but even I can tell that I have a few problems if the monster manages to sink its fangs into me. According to the legends, werewolves infect others through biting them, if they don't maul their targets to death first. Well, as far as I know, a bite or the blood of a werewolf. Drink it and you turn, or so it is. Something like that, at least. Werewolves were powerful enemies in Aspa Online. Only high-level players had even hopes of taking them on. I haven't met a werewolf in the real Aspa before, but I doubt this battle will be easy. If this werewolf kills us, we won't be able to respawn at the last checkpoint, and we won't make it up in our room on our inn. We'll die. And even if we don't die, being bitten by Ashlyn is the state that will turn us into werewolves like her. She's a wolf. No way. What are we supposed to do? Edward, keep calm. Let's try and back away slowly. Or if we move, the wolf might attack. No, I think we'll attack us regardless. Maybe we should run then. Run from a werewolf. It's not possible. Its legs are longer than ours, and it has far more muscle. It's faster too. It will catch up to us in seconds, and then need doesn't need to elaborate. We all know what comes after and then. So what do we do now? I know you always call me puppy, but I don't want to stick around and risk turning into a real wolf. I don't want to be a wolf's plaything either. I can't die just yet. I'm too young and beautiful. You really will die if you keep making such a fuss. The wolf's ears twitch. He lowers his head, snout quivering, and glares at us, or to be more precise, Theon. Creatures from all walks of life always glare at Theon. It must be because of her ridiculous outfit. Oh. Theon swallows. I think it's important to be optimistic, but this does not look good. Then we have no other choice. I face the wolf down, my eyes narrow, my magic courses through my body, melting my disguise away like snow to reveal my witch robes. We have to fight it. You want us to fight a monster like that? Are you Barmy? There's no other way. I concur. Her fingers grip the hilt of her sword. Feeling this werewolf is the only recourse available to us right now. We just need to be careful. That's easy for you to say. One swipe from those claws and I'll die. At least you'll be quieter then. Hey, that's mean, Nee. You take that. Here it comes. My voice, harsh and authoritative, cuts through the stillness of the forest. The wolf lowers its head, its hind legs tense, the muscle beneath its skin bulges. Before we can hideous glotter growl, it charges forth. It's charging right at Theon. Well, Nee pushes Theon away from the beast's claws just in time. She raises her hand, fingers spread, and burst of magic explodes into the werewolf's face like a powder keg. The monster Halsey leans back, its eyes squeezed shut, it's still bristling in alarm. Heh, I suppose it didn't expect its prey to fight back. Now, Theon, can you stand? I'm alright. Nina extends her hand, Theon takes it, and the thief rises shakily to her feet. I know we don't always see eye to eye, but thanks for saving me. And all I appreciate it. Duly noted, but it isn't the time for thanks, you know. Don't even hit the werewolf with an undoubtedly powerful piece of magic. The beast is already beginning to recover. It blinks, grey lips curled back in a snarl, and leaps forward once more. I deflect the monster's blow with a spell of my own, and in the private's obviously dazed. Its eyes lands on Ellery next, and it tries to strike her, but... Oh no, you don't. Ellery dashes forward, her hair streams behind her like a cape, the tip of her sword glittering in the moonlight as she deflects the wolf's claws with her blade. It's not easy to deflect the claws with a blade. Claws attack at close range. Blade is longer than claws. If anything with claws can get past the blade, you're doomed. The wolf, strange and by madness, by sapped and any common sense, roars once more. It tries to claw Larry's face with its free paw, but she once more deflects the blow. I won't let you. The cold, metallic clash of steel rings through the air. Alair is doing a good job fending off the beast's blows, but it's pushing her back all the same. Though it lacks the technique, it makes up for it with brute strength. Alair is a trained knight, and her skills with the sword are impeccable. But she's only a human. She isn't strong enough to fight it head on. Sooner or later, her stamina will flag. The difference is the sheer power it puts Alair at a disadvantage, but the way she's holding her sword, the expression on her face, the power behind her strikes, this is rather familiar. I've seen it all before. It's exactly how Alair acts when the two of us spar together in the forest. Her movements are graceful, yes, but great won't help her overpower werewolf. She needs to be ruthless too. But she isn't striking the beast in order to kill. She's only trying to defend herself. If I could, I would try to paralyze the monster with a blow, but I can't risk hitting Larry with it too. I don't have any openings. Shit. I grit my teeth together. Larry, you need to put more power into your blows. I know, but... Larry grits her teeth together. Though it may be a monster now, it's still Aslan. I can't kill her. But if you don't use more power, she kill you. Don't you see that she's a werewolf? She isn't capable of rational thoughts right now. You have to bring her down quickly, no matter what it takes. I know that. I know, but Aslan was so glad when she finally managed to make some friends. She entrusted us with that necklace, and she trusted us too. I don't want to hurt her. Then you die, you fool. The werewolf's house rears back on its legs, its wicked teeth glittering, and it strikes downwards with its claw. Alair meets the blow with her sword, but it's not enough. Her grip on the hilt is far too weak. Ah! The sword goes flying out of Alair's hand. The weapon arches through the air, shining its light in the full moon, and lands several feet away from the oak tree. Left with no way to arm herself, all Larry can do is stand there while... Oh, this is painful to watch. What's good the two shows? No, our chance. Let's help her out, Neve. Right. Both Neve and I hold up our palms and say in a perfect unison, burn. All of a sudden, flames shoot out from the fingertips. The flames engulf the monster before it can catch Alaria across the side of her face with its claws. The monster recoils, screaming with a Larry scrambles for her sword. She picks it up, her fingers tightening around the hilt, breathing heavily. Her hair is mussed and her clothes are rumpled, but it doesn't look like she's sustaining serious wounds. The wolf didn't get you, did it? No. It was a close call, but I managed to duck beneath its claws just before it could bring them down. If I'd been any slower, it would have ruined my face. Well, we can't have that. Viola? You're my precious knight, Larry, and I'm not going to let any monster ruin your good looks, even if that monster is a cute girl herself. That's a criminal offense. And I always thought your fondness for pretty girls was a weakness rather than a strength. Not that I think you're particularly pretty. Me neither, but Viola's judgment is rather curious. Certainly it is. I wouldn't presume to question my lady Tate, but some of her recent accusations. He glances at Theon. I can't say I understand them. I don't think I'm worthy of fighting for myself, but if you're willing to put your life on the line for my sake, then I need to answer in turn. I fight with my full strength too, even if that monster did used to be Aslan. I take a glance at the wolf. It's still staggering, its first sign and burnt, but most of the fire has already gone out. In Asperline, werewolves had very high magical resistance stats because of their thick coats. It's supposed their real aspect is no different. The wolf might be Aslan, but that's why. Actually, wolves are not special resistant to fire. They're more resistant to cold because they have thick fur, but of course they have thick hides, so they would take a good bit of fire still to hurt them pretty deeply. And Erified's fingers tighten around the hilt of her blade with newfound determination. That's why I need to take her down. Aslan is a kind and gentle girl. She would never want to hurt anybody. So I need to stop her while I still have a chance. Elia pushes off against the ground with her right foot and darts forward, sword in hand. Enchant. I utter one word and Larry's sword begins to pulse with magic. The blade glistens, turning golden. Hey Bella, what did you do? It's a useful strengthening spell. If you hit the monster with your sword now, its wounds won't close and the wolf will slowly be sapped of strength. Well, thanks, but I can do this on my own. Hey, how cocky. You must have rubbed off on me. Now I'll show you the real result of my training. The wolf tips its head back and howls in anguish, but the lair doesn't falter. Take this. I suppose that's the next picture. Let's just check if it's true. Because that's yes. Oh, I missed a picture. That's interesting. That means one picture is missed because of some reason. Well, that means this episode is actually finished. It's gonna be interesting to see if they actually manage to defeat the wolf or not. So, anyway, that's all I have for Sakura MMO 2 this time though, so hit like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye!